Next, we have a comment from Sick Jake. Sick! That's sick! He says, I respect your stance on sponsored videos, but as long as the sponsored content is clearly marked and not review related, I'm personally fine with it. You've built a brand of trust, and the occasional how to set up your Shure MV7 right sponsored by Shure isn't a huge deal to me. There are many other YouTubers that don't have that earned trust. Jake, thank you very much for the comment. I really do appreciate it. However, I still think there is a big issue that arises once these relationships start to form. Once these monetary ties between reviewer and company that is reviewed begin to form, I think there is a big conflict of interest. Yes, as you mentioned, the company may not be paying you to review item X, Y, or Z, and at that point, that would no longer be a review. That's true. The issue arises once the content creator comes to rely on that income from that company. And why is that an issue? Once they rely on getting X dollars from, for instance, since we are talking about them, let's say Shure. If Shure says, we'll give you $1,000 or $2,500 to make a how to set up the MV7 video. Next month, we'll pay you $2,500 to make a how to set up a Shure KSM32 video properly. Now you rely on that income. So what will you as a reviewer potentially do? Next time you're reviewing a product from Shure, no pun intended, they are not paying you to make that video, but you will potentially go a little bit easier on them because you don't want to tick them off. You don't want to bite the hand that feeds. You don't want to burn that bridge where after they may say, I don't want to give Joe Blow any more money to make videos because he crapped all over that new device we released. But once those monetary ties begin to form between content creator and company, and the content creator comes to rely on those income streams, they are going to potentially be nicer than they ought to be. They are going to maybe overlook some flaws that ought not be overlooked because they don't want to burn that bridge. They want to continue to receive that money. Maybe they need that money to pay rent, to buy food, to just continue to be a full-time YouTuber. And can you really fault them for that? If that is their income stream, is that something that we should be saying, oh no, you shouldn't be able to eat. You shouldn't be able to pay your mortgage, your rent this month. You should go back and find a full-time job. I don't want to be that gatekeeper. I don't want to be the moral judge and jury. But that's why I don't do it. Admittedly, this is something that I just think way too much about, and I think about how certain relationships can be perceived. I understand that a lot of people will look at the fact that I get microphones sent to me free of charge, I get microphones lent to me. They will look at that and say biased. That's fine. That's fine. That's why I disclose everything. That's why I have a webpage where I disclose everything that I say to companies. Here is what you have to agree to as a company to send me anything. And I try to be as transparent as possible to maintain that level of trust, to eliminate as many concerns of conflict of interest as I can. So I will not be doing that. I understand why you're saying that. You may think content creators have the ability to separate that, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I would like to think that I could, but I don't want people to say, well, I already didn't trust him because he gets the microphone sent to him to review, but he also gets money from Shure. He also gets money from Neumann or Avid or whoever. I don't want those monetary relationships to exist. There was, what was the company? I don't want to disclose the company, but a company sent me a very early pre-production unit of something they were working on, and they said, go ahead and test it out. Let us know what you think. Let us know what the issues are, what you don't like about it, what you would recommend, what you wouldn't recommend, why you wouldn't recommend it. And I did that. I spent a week trying it out. Afterwards, they said, that was extremely helpful. We would like to send you some money for your time. I said, no, I cannot accept money from you because that would potentially be viewed as a conflict of interests. And the guy then said, well, if you're ever at a conference, I would love to buy you a Starbucks coffee. And I said, no, I can't accept that because I don't want this to be any kind of monetary relationship. The entire purpose of me accepting the offer to test it out and give you feedback is solely because I want this product to be good, because that means that the consumer has a better product to buy. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for money. I would love to have money. Don't get me wrong. I am not some angel. I love money. I want more money, but I am not going to accept it from you. I don't want this relationship to be tainted by that. I don't want anybody to be able to hack our emails and see, oh wow, Bandrew received that much money from this company. Obviously, he's biased. So no, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept coffee from you. I'm not going to accept a gift card. No. I appreciate you sending it to me. I hope the product is great. That's my stance, and that's where I am sticking to it. But it sucks. I would love to be able to just say, money, please. Give me monies, please. That would be wonderful. Then could I buy a house? Please. Please, sir, may I have some more monies? I would like to buy a house. Give me low interest rates, please. Okay, going off on a tangent.